Hello friends, welcome to JQuery tutorial. In this video, we are going to access JQuery functionality in our JavaScript. So in the JavaScript file, we defined a JavaScript function called addClass selector. We know that a JavaScript file is referred in the header section, right? Header section of the HTML file. In this video, we will add a JavaScript file, right? So that the JavaScript file is available to the HTML. And in the JavaScript file, we will define a function called addSelector class. And if you see, this is our HTML body section. And in the header section, we already referred the external files of CSS as well as JavaScript. We referred two JavaScript files. One is the JQuery API JavaScript, and another one is the custom JavaScript. And in that JavaScript, we are going to define this addSelector class function. So the addSelector class function goes like this. So we defined the keyword function, and this is our JavaScript function name, addSelector class. Open and close parenthesis defines the body of the function. So dollar will return a jQuery instance, and here we pass the selector rule to this dollar instance or jQuery instance. And if you see here, dollar, right, open and close parenthesis, this dollar will return jQuery instance, and for that jQuery instance we are passing p.thread. So the p here defines the tag name. The tag name p here defines paragraph tag. Right, and if you see, there are multiple paragraph tags in the HTML body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 paragraphs. So p dot thread in the sense a paragraph that contains class attribute thread. So this dot here refers a class, right? P defines the tag. The tag is p that contains class with name thread. So if you see here, this p dot thread right, it will go ahead and pick this specific element. There are 6 paragraphs, but only one paragraph contains a class with the name thread. P dot thread means here we are selecting this element, right? So here we are doing the picking. Now first time we are asking to select all p tag with the class thread, right? P dot thread. So this is the first time we are asking to pick the element p with the class attribute thread. Second time a tag with the ID p22. So first time we picked thread, second time here this pound symbol that denotes ID. So ID should be p22. That means here we are asking to select any element. See here we are not specifying any tag. We directly use hash p22. So all the elements will be scanned for ID. So only one element is using the ID. If multiple elements are using the ID, it will pick all the elements which is using the ID, and in that it will search for P22. Here if you see, this is P22. This will get selected here, right? P.third, $P.third and $P.22. So up to this point we will be selecting two elements, right? Two paragraph elements. The selector will return the DOM instance, and addClass will add a class attribute to the selected element. So far we explored $P.third only, right? So this will return the DOM element. So this is represented as a specific DOM element in the DOM tree. So we already talked about DOM tree in one of the video in this sub-series, right? So it will walk through the DOM tree and picks the specific element and returns that HTML element as a JavaScript object, right? And to that returned element, here we are making call to add class, and we pass select here. So this is what called call chaining, right? So $P.third JavaScript will return a DOM element. To the returned DOM element, we are making call to add class and select. So here add class will add a specific element here. So here if you see P ID, let's pick this example, right? That means it returns 2. So already returned 2, P22, PID equal to P22, and we are asking to add a class, right? Class equal to select. So this one line of statement does this, right? It picks the element, then adds a class attribute to that element, class equal to select. So finally what we are doing is, this is the JavaScript function we defined, right? So here if you see $document, that means when this represents the entire HTML document, .ready. So here is the function. To the ready function, we are passing our JavaScript function. That means it will act as a callback. So to the ready function, we are giving the function which we defined. So what happens when $document.ready means when the document is ready. When the document is ready in the sense when all the DOM elements are loaded, HTML head, body, all these elements are, the DOM tree is fully constructed, it will signal ready to the document, and to the ready method we already passed a callback. That means when all the DOM trees are constructed, it will call our add selector. That's what here we are giving, right? $document.ready. When document is ready, call this callback function. So when document is ready, what happens? It will walk through the DOM tree, pick the element specified by $P.third and $pound22, P22. Then to those picked element, it adds the class attribute select. And we know the CSS rule for the select, right? We already defined the CSS rule for the HTML file, and we linked that using the link attribute, I mean the link element in the header section, right? So that's not displayed here, but in the previous video when we created the HTML file, that time we referred to the CSS rule. So in CSS rule, we already defined the class select, right? And we are adding that select class dynamically. You see? So what happens when document is loaded? These two elements are highlighted. Why? Because we know that select rule will change the background color and it sets other CSS attributes. So that's all here. And if you see how quickly we picked the DOM element and manipulated it using the addClass, right? It will be tough to do that in JavaScript. You can do it, but it's not as easy as how we are doing that the jQuery way. Now let's go to the demo. Now let's go back to the HTML, and if you see in HTML we are referring this JavaScript file, right? Let's copy this and create a new file 001a basis selectors.javascript, right? Now if you see here we are referring the JavaScript, but if you look at the HTML file, we have two script sections. Before our script section, jQuery is referred. That means this jQuery APIs are enabled in the JavaScript that you are creating here. This means you can make call to the jQuery API here. So here we placed our jQuery code. It was already explained in detail, right? Now we will refresh it, and you can see the two paragraph elements are highlighted, right? Now if I comment this specific line and reload it, you can see only one paragraph is highlighted. So here we are selecting the element, the JavaScript, I mean the jQuery way, right? And we are doing that dynamically, right? We are picking the element and adding the class. And let's go to view page source, or Control-Shift-I to open the developer tools, right? This is our page source, right? 001.html, and let's reload this. Okay, in page source we are not able to see this, right? If you want to see the dynamically applied JavaScript, go to elements. So this is the DOM element section, and we will here, if you see class equal to select is applied to ID, right? This is the actual source, PID equal to 22, and our JavaScript applied PID, and you can see that element also highlighted, so you can easily see which one we are talking about. PID equal to 22 and class equal to select. This is added by our JavaScript. When document ready, to the document ready we are passing the JavaScript function which we wrote, right? And for the second class also, you can see this class already contains class equal to third, so we added one more class, that is select, and because of that these two are highlighted. Since it has the class select, that element is highlighted, and here also you can see the second paragraph, this one, it's also highlighted. And that's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.